President, having listed some of the evidence and in light of the report of the Special Rapporteur, it's important to recognize that the issues before us are not merely a collection of individual cases. It is a cumulative impact of decades of disappearance, detention, displacement, and restrictions on the ability of the Eritrean people to have a dignified life. The Eritrean youth are trapped in an open-ended modern slavery and free forced labor under the National Service banner. As for the Muslim population, which was the focus of my intervention, this posed restrictions on its ability to preserve its institutions, educate its children, practice its faith and participate fully in public life. The story of the Eritrean Muslim population is part of the struggle of the Eritrean people, and it's not only a story of those who forcibly disappeared, it is also the story of families who have spent decades waiting for answers. It's the story of the children who grew up without knowing their fathers because of the disappearance, because they disappeared before they were born. It is the story of scholars, educators, artists, community leaders, and ordinary citizens whose absence continues to be felt by the entire communities. Enforced disappearance is amongst the gravest violations of human rights because it extends suffering beyond the individual. It leaves families without answers, communities without leaders, and generations without closure. The passage of time does not lessen this harm. For many Eritrean families, the question remains unchanged after decades. Where are their loved ones? The continued documentation of these cases demonstrates why independent monitoring remains essential. In the absence of transparency, accountability, and effective domestic remedies, international scrutiny remains one of the few avenues available to victims and their families. As we mark 14 years since the establishment of the mandate and 10 years since the Commission of Inquiry on Eritrea issued its landmark findings, we must acknowledge an uncomfortable reality. Many of the concerns identified over a decade ago remain unresolved today. This should concern all those committed to the principles of human rights, justice, and human dignity. We therefore reiterate our support for the renewal of the mandate of the Special Rapporteur on the situation of human rights in Eritrea. The mandate remains necessary, relevant, and indispensable. It provides a voice for victims, preserves the historical record, and helps ensure that violations are neither ignored nor forgotten. The pursuit of truth, justice, and accountability is not an act of hostility towards the state. It is an act of solidarity with victims and commitment to the universal principles upon which this Council is founded. The families of the disappeared deserve answers. Refugees deserve the opportunity to return in safety and dignity. Religious communities reserve the freedom to practice and organize their affairs without interference. All Eritreans deserve a future built on rights, accountability, and respect for human dignity. Thank you.